Hi everyone, it's Miss Brenner. I'm here to go over our 9th grade Language Arts Week 1 agenda. Now, some of you may be new to a lot of the different ways that we are handling this school year, so I'm trying to make it as fluid and user-friendly as possible. These videos will be uploaded every week, so that way you are aware of all the assignments that are happening throughout the week, as well as any kind of grading expectations or assignments that might be coming your way. If you have any questions or issues, please remember to email me. And we also have office hours on Wednesdays if you need assistance. All right, so let's talk a little bit about how to have a successful week. For step 1, you're going to watch this video every week and you're going to look at the slides via Google on Schoology. They are in the weekly folders, which I'm going to show you in just a moment. And you're going to complete all the activities for the week that open at 8 a.m. on Monday and then close the following 8 a.m. the next Monday. As far as the grading policy, all grades will be recorded in Schoology and then transferred into Home Access through eSchool. So please make sure that you are checking Home Access on a regular basis just to make sure that there are no irregularities and that you don't have any missing assignments that maybe you could make up for partial credit. Students are required to complete weekly assignments in accordance with the Mannheim Central School District grading policy. So unless you have a discussion with me otherwise, please make sure that you are getting your assignments completed in accordance with the Mannheim Central School policy. All right, completed assignments will be recorded with the appropriate grade in the grade book. Unsuccessfully completed or ungraded assignments will be recorded in the grade book as follows. So an EX stands for excused, an I stands for incomplete, an NS stands for not submitted, and NG stands for not yet graded. EX, as far as excused, you might want to contact me and see if the grade's not hurting your grade because you didn't get any points for it, but it's not being counted against you. But maybe you could make up that assignment anyway and get those points to go toward your total grade. That might be a discussion that you want to have with me. The I for incomplete means that you definitely want to get a hold of me because you are missing points from an assignment because you didn't complete it, and maybe you can make up partial credit on it. And NS stands for not submitted. That means that you didn't submit the assignment and therefore will get a 0 if you don't go back and submit the assignment for me to receive partial credit. The not yet graded is nothing that you have done wrong. It's just letting you know that maybe it was a large essay or a large group project, and I want you to be aware that I received the project, I just haven't gotten to grading it yet because I have many projects to grade. So I just want you to be aware that I have it, but I'm going to grade it in the future. Alright, so week 1 expectations. For this course, we're going to get introduced to the course itself. I'm going to get introduced to you, you're going to get to know me, and we're going to cover some things like the grading policy, the course structure, weekly assignments, grading points breakdown, and then behavior and classroom etiquette. We're also going to make sure that students are aware of the online class expectations and classroom etiquette, both online and in person. Students will be able to use Screencast-O-Matic or the Schoology screen recorder. They'll be able to comment on each other's videos in a respectful manner. They'll be able to use the Zoom platform in a respectful manner. And there's going to be a lot of technology education involved in this week's content. Essential questions: how can I, the student, reach my full potential in this course? And what can my instructor do to best support me to succeed in this course? Those are our essential questions for the week. Activity 1 is going to be found in the Activity 1 and 2 folder. This is our course syllabus and netiquette. That means that in the course content in the Activity 1 and 2 folder, you're going to need to read the MCHS online netiquette, the acceptable use policy, and the course syllabus information. You can watch videos that are connected, so there's a video for the netiquette / acceptable use policy / syllabus. There's a video for that. You can watch that instead of reading the individual documents, and I lead you through them. You will then have an introduction to the syllabus quiz that is also in the folder that you will need to complete for Activity 1. Activity 2 is about you, which is an introduction to the course and an introduction to me as your instructor. And then it is also guidelines on how you are going to create your own About You video. So in the Activity 1 and 2 folder, you'll be able to find the Welcome and About Your Instructor video that I pre-recorded for you. You'll be able to read the About You rubric and look at the point breakdown for this project. There is a video for Screencast-O-Matic in case you are unaware as far as how to use that. And if you're wondering where you can locate that, if you go to the search bar down at the bottom of your screen next to the Startup button, you would type in Software Center. Sorry, I can never remember that. Software Center, and you'll be able to find Screencast-O-Matic already downloaded onto your computers. If you do not want to use Screencast-O-Matic, I highly recommend using the Schoology screen recorder, which is already available on Schoology, and you can look at the instructional video on how to use that as well. You're going to then practice using Screencast-O-Matic or the Schoology recorder just to get accustomed to how you record yourself for others to view appropriately. Activity 3 is recording the About You video. So you'll be answering some questions in your video and completing some Google Slides to help support your answers. These are the questions that you will be covering. What is your name, grade, and how you feel you learned the best? You're going to give 2 truths and a lie. What do you enjoy reading, which is the genre, online, or physical book. You're going to explain that. And what do you like to do in your free time? How do you feel about school this year, and how can we as a class make this school year great? So those are our questions for the About You video. Please make sure that you look at the rubric before beginning to record that video. So this is a bit of a break in the middle of our activities for the week because on Wednesdays we are asynchronous. Whether you are doing a hybrid model, an online model, or a 4-day in-school model, we all have Wednesdays asynchronous, which means that on Wednesdays we do creative writing. There's a Google Doc assignment in the Wednesday folder, which I'll show you when we go to the Schoology page. These are our 4 different Schoology writing options for this week. Use a favorite song as inspiration for a short story. Include the song lyrics as a narration or as context. Describe a setting for a short story from the perspective of someone on a tour. It could be a magical school, a small hometown, a haunted pizza place, or anywhere else. Sorry, that was my phone. Ugh. All right. Create a short story about a robot that wants to be more like the people it helps. Write a story about your favorite adventure experience you had as a young child. So those are our 4 different writing options for Wednesday. Activity 4, so this brings us back to our regular activities. This would be your About You recording, the actual recording that you make. Once you have created your recording, you are going to post it to a discussion that is in the Activity 3 and 4 folder. And there, your fellow classmates will be able to view your recording. So please keep that in mind, that I can view it, but so can the other students, and they most likely will because they will need to comment on another student's post welcoming them to the class. So please make sure that you review the instructions and the rubric prior to your recording and make sure that you are aware that whatever is in your recording, the other students will view. So it must be school appropriate. All right, Activity 5 is our ERLA Reading Level Guide. So on Schoology, there's a link to a couple different reading levels that are short clippets of stories that you will need to read and complete a 3-question quiz for each one. These quizzes are not graded. These quizzes are simply to help us with our silent reading goal for this school year. Therefore, you will need to read the small, I think it's like 2 paragraphs for each reading level, and complete the 3-question quiz for each reading level. And I will show you that when we go to the online classroom. Activity 6 is silent reading. Every week we read for 150 minutes, which is 30 minutes a day. You can break that apart smaller on Wednesdays. Like maybe it's hard for you to sit still for long periods of time. Please feel free to break it apart into 15 minutes, get up and walk around, and then sit back down and read for another 15 minutes. Whatever makes you most comfortable. But in class, we read for 30 minutes. And after we've completed our reading and logged our reading, which I will show you when we go to the school classroom online, there for activity 6, there is a discussion post, and you're going to write what book you have chosen to read and why. You're going to summarize what you have learned about the setting and characters so far in your book, and then you're going to comment on one other student's discussion post about what they are reading. Remember, if you have read through or listened to the video about acceptable use policy, when we comment on somebody's post, we should be doing more than saying, I agree, or yeah, or that's cool. We should be contributing to whatever they said prior, like maybe saying, yeah, I'm reading a similar book, and this is why I really like that genre. Explaining. All right. As far as review resources, paired with the Wednesday writing prompt is review resources. We should be completing a minimum of 15 minutes of review resources on Wednesdays. That means that we are doing vocabulary.com, which is a vocabulary competition application online that allows you to compete with other students around the world, or IXL. IXL is a grammar platform that is available through Clever. So when you go to log in, I highly recommend using Clever to log in because it'll already know your password and ID. We also do 15 minutes of reading research, which is non-fictional reading. It can be like a vlog, it could be a blog, it could be news outlets. These are just some of my recommended, but you don't necessarily have to use these. So I recommend CNN 10, which is available on YouTube. It is a daily news outlet that is recorded on YouTube every single day. I highly recommend checking that out. The New York Times articles written by students and about student-based topics are very interesting. I highly recommend those. Student News Daily is a wonderful platform that has student age materials that are appropriate for students. And then my suggested article is about DoorDash and Grubhub and about how maybe they are, kind of a scam system in a way. So something that you might want to check out based on the fact that a lot of people during quarantine were using those platforms. All right, so those are our different review resources. This is our grade breakdown for the week. This is not a guarantee on what the grades will look like when they go in the grade book. This is my expectations. Now, this can change by a couple points here or there. It's just me saying these are our assignments as of this moment. Now, they may fluctuate based on maybe technology isn't working the way it's supposed to, and therefore we have to change an assignment and work together as a team to adjust to some difficulties that are happening. But this is the expectation. The syllabus and netiquette quiz is 5 points. The syllabus and netiquette quiz should be 5 points, period. I don't know why there's a syllabus ed puzzle, because the video is involved with that. About You project is 15 points. About You discussion post is 5 points. Silent reading discussion post is 5 points, which brings us to a total of 35 points. If there is a change to the grading, I will send you an email, or on Wednesdays we have office hours, so you will get a discussion update to inform you about what's happening on Wednesdays. All right, as far as our classroom goes online, all of our materials look just like this online. Our virtual classroom procedures inform you as far as what's happening if we go from green to yellow to red, or give you a classroom tour of all the information. Our Zoom sessions are linked in the Zoom folder. Our silent reading track-in sheet should be completed every day to track our 30 minutes of silent reading. If you are physically with me, we will do that every day. If you are on hybrid, you are required to log on and do it every day. And then our week folder looks like this, with each of our activities as discussed linked in each of the folders. And our Wednesday creative writing looks like that. If you have any questions, please look at the class tour in order to get a more in-depth structure. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.